Welcome to Give Mike a Mic Reloaded. Loaded.
Morphin time!
I feel like we could have a very educated conversation without
That'd be good.
being like
Without ganging up on
yes.
me? Yeah.
Okay, which is your favorite Destiny, Joe?
Probably the one.
You want to talk about
The
Destiny?
one-
What the f you want to talk about Destiny then? Tell me.
So, let me tell you. My favorite one is when
Jamie, tell me.
the
Jamie.
guy.
But let me see.
You have to chop his head off, his arms off, his fingers off, everything, his penis, everything. Just chop it all off. His power, anything that swings, that can swing, is powerful, including his dick.
Get rid of it.
Chop it all off. Just get it off.
Get rid of it.
Get it out of here. Just fling it somewhere else. Burn it to the ground.
In this day and age, anything is labeled racist, so you better just
But not in my own house.
con calma. Oh, how is that even right when like every freaking like song out there has the word
Yeah.
Song doesn't have it.
Well, not every song.
like probably 50% of all hip hop songs have the word.
Michael, that'd be horrible. You imagine that?
You want to know
Ed Sheeran
something
saying
funny?
that?
You want to know something funny, dude?
Bad Bunny?
I was listening to a song, and then I was watching the lyrics on the iPhone. You know how you can click on lyrics?
Caption, yeah.
Yes. They won't bleep out the F-bomb, but they'll bleep. How does that make any sense?
I didn't know that.
Can you tell me how that makes sense? It's woke culture, bro. It's to the 10th power.
song
It's
are you
ridiculous.
talking about?
Thank you, Omar.
What song are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about what song. Every song.
That's a good transition.
Every song.
I had no, seriously, I had no idea. I'm actually curious to see
on
how it works.
Spotify, Pandora.
No, he's saying YouTube.
On
No.
YouTube?
Oh, no. Apple Music.
Oh, my bad.
Apple
I'm sorry,
Music.
Apple. Okay, my bad.
Apple Music. But I'm sure it's on Spotify,
do you
Apple
know-
Music, Amazon Music, freaking every single
Jay.
music you could think of.
Jay, do you understand that is
Here.
artist based?
Hold on,
That's not Apple Music based. That's
Let's-
artist based.
well, I don't know. I just saw it on
so
Apple
why are
Music.
you talking shit if you don't
Let
know
me see.
that?
Let me see.
That's
let
what
me
I'm
see.
talking about, man.
What am I talking about, man? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're ridiculous.
No.
Talking shit about shit you don't know about.
Do you know about it?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Literally, Apple Music does not censor that. That is artist based.
Let me see.
Ooh.
That is artist
Well, that
based.
makes it even worse.
What does that mean?
An artist who actually says the word and will censor out
Give
the
me the
word
song. Show
and
me
the
the
and,
song
say, and says the word
Hold
and
on.
the F drop.
Hold on.
No. Shut up and listen.
No, Jay.
I'm trying to actually say something, and I'm no. You are actually trying. No.
No, I'm not trying to
No.
censor you.
Shut
no.
up.
What I'm saying
What I'm
is
trying.
that you have.
I'm trying to tell you.
No.
I'm trying to tell you.
Tell me.
I'm
Tell me.
listening
Let
to
me
a song.
ridiculous.
I'm
Yeah.
listening to a song.
Is it a clean version or explicit?
It's
the
obvious.
album.
It's obviously
No, it's not
explicit.
explicit. If it's censored,
It's
not
obviously explicit.
If it's censored, it's
It's
not explicit.
obviously explicit.
Cabron, are you not listening? If it is censored,
Jay.
it is
Jay.
not explicit.
Jay, look. Top Gun, Maverick,
I love it,
Bucket.
and I love it.
Does he not understand
You're my boy.
how music is?
You're my boy.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Start over, because I'm lost.
I'm so lost.
Start over,
He's
Jay.
saying there are songs that that censor the word.
Mm-hmm.
Like on
Okay.
in the
Okay.
lyrics, how do you mean? Lyrics.
Yes.
Well, no, he's saying the whole song.
No, when you listen to the
I thought
song.
lyrics. No, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying lyrics. Now I'm
doesn't-
confused.
He's not specific about it. So what I was saying is that songs that do censor that are considered censored albums or clean versions of albums.
Which they do it
If
in
it's
the artist base.
if it is an explicit album, they will not censor those words.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
So it should be. Should it be that on all platforms or no? Is that what you're saying?
All platforms
All
are
platform.
that way. If it is a clean version of an album, because there's two versions of albums.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
go to
They
you can go to
censor-
Eminem, you can go to Jay-Z,
they censor-
Kanye, whatever. There's censored.
They censor
versions.
every word
They censor
except
everywhere.
like
That's
sometimes
like shit
sometimes they'll let
I'll say
shit
shit, yeah.
slide or damn, you know, like
'Cause
something
that's,
like that.
That's like TV. That's
but
what's it called?
yeah. But the
not
F
FA,
word, like if you say fuck, like they'll censor fuck.
the TV censors.
Yeah, exactly.
They let shit. They let whatever like pass.
Damn.
Certain amount.
Damn and shit is like
Okay, so-
pretty much like yeah.
This is one song that
I don't know. This is
See?
completely
So
away
look,
from what the whole.
They censor that.
You're talking about on lyrics.
Yeah, lyrics.
We're not talking about that.
I'm talking about
First of all,
lyrics.
he's looking up.
lyrics.
He's looking up the
Because I'm saying
creed.
from Fast 10.
The creed.
This came from Fast 10.
And then
bro.
look.
This is so STEM, bro.
This is the creed.
Okay.
Album. He's looking
So should it? Is it going to be like that on all platforms? That's what I'm asking.
Is what is gonna?
Is it going to be like that? So will I see
Censor
that word?
lyrics.
Will I see this word?
Who the fuck gon' what?
Am I
with
going to
me?
see that word on
Who
all
the
platforms?
fuck? You're saying if it's uncensored,
explicit.
yes, you will see
Song.
who
But
the fuck. Yes,
Will I see this on all platforms? And star.
yes,
You
you
should.
will see that if it's.
But
Uncensored.
will they actually spell it out?
They'll say the word. Yes, they will
They'll
say the word.
So if I go to a different platform, they'll actually show it.
Yes.
Which
Any
one?
Platform.
Show me.
Any.
Spotify?
I'm not talking about writing
No,
the
I'm talking
lyrics.
about the
I'm
lyrics.
talking
I'm
about.
talking about that. No. And on this,
I'm
on this,
talking
they'll actually
about
say it.
listening
Listen to
and
what I'm
hearing
saying.
it, yes.
Listen. Stop. Like
Speak fucking clearly,
So
then,
listen.
and I'll listen to you.
on the song.
Yes.
Listen, they will actually say it.
Yes, they will say
But-
the word.
In the lyrics, when you actually read it, when you want to know the words to the song, that is
Yes.
bleeped out.
Yes, that's fine.
But the F bomb is not.
Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares?
Who cares?
The F bomb is, for me, it's like that is explicit. So
it's explicit to certain people. So why is it explicit? Why
can't they bleep out the F bomb?
The F bomb is not explicit to me. Maybe explicit to me.
Who
So
cares about
cares?
writing?
But they're picking and choosing.
So are you?
This is all this
But so are
is.
you.
Jay, we're talking about writing versus listening to the song. If you listen to the song,
You can hear all of it.
they're gonna say everything.
All of
yes. That
But
is
why
what's
are they
called-
bleeping out
Listen,
cares?
the N word?
Jay, when you watch a rated R movie,
Yeah, I care because
Listen, why?
it's literally censorship.
care?
It's because
Mother-
everything is labeled racist. Everything is labeled
You're making
racist.
it racist right now because if you are a songwriter,
Okay.
if you decide you want to bleep out the word cracker, go ahead and do that. That's your prerogative, right?
So it's the
Because
songwriter's
if
prerogative.
maybe that is offensive to me, right?
Is it offensive
But
to you?
I am
Is
the
it offensive to
songwriter,
you?
But I am the songwriter.
But is it offensive to you?
I'm not talking about.
What
me.
about every cracker
Jay-
out there? What about every white
Jay,
person out there?
Are
Jay.
you white? Is cracker offensive to you?
No, definitely not.
You know what's offensive to you? It should be spick. It should be fucking any other goddamn Hispanic
Slick back.
word. That
I
is
just think
used
that
towards us.
everybody
Plátano?
who's literally
should be
like
offensive.
picking and choosing what could
None of
be
us are picking
censored
and
out
choosing.
there
I'm telling you,
is ridiculous.
Is
No
it
one's
offensive to
choosing.
me if someone says cracker? No. Is it offensive to
But
me? if
that's
someone
not the
says
case. I'm
the
just showing you
N-word?
what it is.
Yes, it might be offensive, but it does not directly.
And
affect
does
me,
does
no
the
matter
N
what.
word like
It's
officially
all
offend me?
affected-
No.
It doesn't affect
But
me, but it's
for
offensive
a
in
black
general.
person who's actually saying
It
it,
is all explicit.
You
It's
know.
all offensive in general. That's what you don't fucking
And the
understand.
F word doesn't offend me, so I don't care. If they don't want
You
to
say fuck all the time.
that's you.
Jay. You
But
say
I
fuck
just
all
think
the
it's
time.
funny how everybody
Fuck
picks and
this,
chooses.
fuck that.
No,
fuck
everybody's
you.
fucking choosing.
Everybody
Just
picks
you.
and chooses.
Welcome to Give Mike a Mic Reloaded, the podcast. We are starting off very hot.
That's going to be a lot of bleeping out in the beginning.
I mean, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Harold
nah.
has his back turned to the camera because he hates everything that's happening right
Yeah.
Hi everybody, how's everybody doing out there? All right, let's go.
now. Listen, we're going to
Jay-
be watching WrestleMania. in
I
a
think
minute.
what we need to do is put Jay in the middle of Paris Square where all those cars are going around and just let him keep getting
I'll
stuff.
dodge every single one of them, dude. I'll dodge every single
I
one of
highly
them.
doubt that.
I thought you'd
Every
be happy,
single
Jay.
one of them.
I thought you'd be
and
happy.
guess what? And if I get hit by one, I'll be like John Wick. Boom! And I get right back up.
Oh, right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Just like that, boom.
No, I think you'll be like the fat guy
Yeah,
that got
boom.
shot in the ass. But let's keep going.
Hey,
yeah, bastard.
I'll take Scott Atkins every day. Get shot in the ass,
I'll be-
get an axe to the ass,
I'll be like Donnie Yen.
and I'll still get up.
Donnie Yen.
Get
I'll be
an
like,
ass to the
lights out,
ass,
assholes.
I'll get. Hey, it's all good, man.
A lot of ass in the
It's
ass.
all good.
There you go. All right.
You can compare me to Scott Atkins all day.
I don't want to. So we are here
I don't want to.
on our second part of our episode. This is going to be a new episode, obviously. Here,
But you did.
we're going to be talking about, obviously, last time we had our episode last year, we did a very light episode about Jay and Omar and how they fought on cruises and things like that. You
Ooh,
remember that?
yes,
So,
dude, that was the best.
we talked about Harold, how he gets into fights on I-4 and things like that, and how
Oh my
tempers
God,
are, whatever.
yes.
So this happened in that episode. Then we had a second part as far as like a Sin Nalgas episode. If you are aware of that that word or that term, Omar, of course, does our little intro. So Omar does that little intro on that, and we ran with it when we started the podcast, which is hilarious to us. We're not really going to label this a Sin Nalgas episode. We're going to update a couple of you out there that maybe don't know about the tale of three stories here. If you're not aware, and I've wanted to talk about this, especially the first part here for a while, just because not like everybody here, some of us are gamers. And there was a new game that came out not too long ago. It's called Hogwarts Legacy. On all the platforms. It's a Harry Potter game. So this game, of course, it's the reviews and stuff like that were pretty like it was hyped. People were like looking forward to it for a while, and then there was some controversy that happened with JK Rowling. Okay, there were just some tweets that were put out, kind of like transphobic tweets and stuff like that, and things of that nature that people found offensive at that time, which was a great intro that we had because we're talking about things that may or may not be offensive to some people. So we wanted to talk about that a little bit here. Our second story we wanted to talk about was Justin Roiland, who is one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty, a very famous adult animated TV show, who was under fire for I think sexual allegations. Was it minors and things like that? Yeah, something like that. So there's a lot of stuff that was happening in that regards. And then most recently, Jonathan Majors, who is a very famous actor who was in Lovecraft Country, one of my favorite shows, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Loki.
That's as of recent,
Creed
right?
3, like these are basically projects that he's been working on, and he's up and coming.
It's still
The one that we saw, the one with the airplane.
Devotion.
Devotion.
He's
yeah.
basically exploded, like
Yes.
is what it is.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's an
It's-
up and coming
it's his
actor.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is basically like, I mean, he's getting his recognition finally. But there's some recent things that came out about him as well. So the reason I'm bringing all three of these up in one conversation is because I did want to go ahead and discuss something, not necessarily about like cancel culture, but very much like cancel culture and things of that nature, and how quick we can be to either jump the gun, pull the trigger, or vice versa. We were very slow to, and what you may or may not consider appropriate to say and also to cancel about. So the reason I'm bringing this up again is because JK Rowling had some tweets that were offensive to some people, of a different culture and different lifestyle. We had Justin Roiland, who was accused of some different things as well, and recently was, I guess, overturned, I would say, or was found.
Well, the judge didn't find enough.
Enough evidence on that.
That's what it was.
So, and then we have Jonathan Majors, who's basically the verdict is still out on that. So we have a couple different cases that are in the news and stuff like that. But I want to have a discussion about kind of like not necessarily cancel culture, but just because I honestly don't, hot take or not, I don't believe in like a cancel culture, I would say. I firmly believe that everyone, consumers of entertainment, of services, of goods, of whatever you are paying money for, whatever you spend your hard-earned money for, you have the right to speak up and say, this is not something I want to support. This person is someone I do not want to support. That's not necessarily canceling this person, because as soon as someone, I feel like, decides to pull their support or money away from that and say, hey, cancel this guy, or hashtag cancel whatever, I'm like, listen, I understand that sentiment, but I feel like there are a lot of people that use that hashtag and whatever it is very loosely. And I think people should understand that as a consumer of a product, as a supporter of whether it's Harry Potter, whether it's Jonathan Majors, whether it's Rick and Morty and things like that, I have the right to choose what I want to support and what I want to put my money into or not. One of the big things about the JK Rowling thing was the game was coming out, the Hogwarts Legacy. There was this boycott of this game. They're like, don't support anything that has JK Rowling's name on it. Don't do this. Don't support Harry Potter. Get your Harry Potter tattoos removed. I don't know if that was one, but I'm pretty sure I'm of the notion that people just wanted to cancel to say that they were canceling JK Rowling, right? I understand if people are offended by the tweets that she put out. I believe in the right to free speech. I don't believe in the right to hate speech, but I will say that if someone is expressing their right to free speech, I, in turn, have the right to free consumerism. If I decide I want to spend my money supporting a brand, let's say Harry Potter and the Potterverse, whatever the case might be, I feel like that's my prerogative. I have not been like a huge Harry Potter like nerd for a very long time. I didn't read all the books. I'm right now in the middle of like book 4, starting book 4, I think it is. And Harry Potter, I think, has a different meaning to different people, and especially in geek culture. And I go to MegaCon and there's still people dressing up, in their robes and things like that. I go to Universal and people are still purchasing and supporting that thing because I think Harry Potter as a story represents something to those people, as far as maybe something they dealt with, trauma in their life, and Harry Potter maybe was something that helped them overcome that. Maybe it was a nerd thing, like we read these books and it now means something special to me. And that's your story to support. Another fact of this game as well is that JK Rowling, as the creator of Harry Potter, may have contributed to a part of the story as far as like the houses and Hogwarts and the characters and things of that nature. But there is a team behind that game that have basically worked on this game for years, developing this game, working on the story, working on game development. That is not an easy feat. And if it's something that I enjoy and that I have interest in as a gamer, then I'm gonna play it. I will say that I did buy the game, and I posted this on an Instagram story that I think it was a live or something like that I did, that said, if you are the type of people that are getting mad about me supporting this video game, then I'm hoping you're the same people that are not going out to Chick-fil-A to buy their chicken. If you're offended about these different things that have to do with your offensive part, especially, I know a lot of people that are in the LGBTQ community that may be upset about the Harry Potter thing, but they're also the same ones that at Charlotte Airport, I'll see them at Chick-fil-A buying chicken there. So you can't have it both ways. And if you decide to have it both ways, then allow me to then support the game that I want to support. Whether I support JK Rowling and her views, that's not what we're arguing. What we're arguing is, am I supporting this game that a team of hundreds of individuals maybe have helped develop and create? And really, for me, it's like supporting the arts in that way. So what I want to do is kind of go around the table. I gave you kind of like a backstory and gave you a little bit of how I feel as well. I would like to know, starting with Omar, then Alex, we're going to go around the table, the pool table here. I do want to get your thoughts on this situation, this particular situation. You don't have to go too deep on it, but I kind of gave you my 2 cents. So Omar, I kind of want to start with you and see what
you
think
mentioned
about
a lot the video game, and that's basically all where I can like relate to, because as you know, I'm not really into like Harry Potter. I honestly forgot who JK Rowling was, but I'm sorry. I know I sound like a very ignoramus.
Ignoramus.
Yes, that one. But my daughters, as you know, they also bought the game, and they both played the heck out of it. They both beat it. So I know they share your sentiment. They love it. So I really don't know what's a lot of the controversy that happened behind the scenes when it comes to the actual outside the game controversy, but
Like the tweets and things like that.
Yeah, I know. There's been like this massive block against JK Rowling when it comes up from a lot of from that community. I get it from the comments she's made and all that good stuff, and I know there's been also like a massive like campaign for people not to buy the game. Which I don't really agree with, because I know a lot the developers don't all share her thoughts. Right. A lot of people actually worked on this game. That's their livelihood. And a lot of people actually that worked in the game, they're part of that community, which I know for a fact. So in a way, it's kind of weird. And I think from what I remember my daughters told me in the game, there's some things about it too that's
correct.
Right. That's very open when it comes to that community.
Characters that they have.
Right. So in a way, it just kind of falls apart. But again, they hate J.K. Rowling. They hate anything that has to do with the game. So I guess they don't care about that. It's either one way or the other. That's what I don't agree with. I don't agree with this whole like banning. I don't agree. I think Harry Potter's gone to the point. This is what I can say as someone from the outside. Harry Potter's gone to the point that it's gone. I think it's bigger than J.K. Rowling's, where you can support the IP and forget who made it, because anyone else could take over it, and people, the developers, the animators, the people behind the scenes, the movie directors, the writers, they could continue building this world, which they want to, by the way. But it has that controversy, which kind of like holds the weight on top of the IP. But I think once we get past it, this thing is bigger than J.K. Rowling's now. That's my opinion, and that's all I can say.
Gotcha. Well said. Well said. Alex, what do you think about it? I don't know how opinionated you are about it, but
I honestly think, at least from my perspective, part of the issues stem from, I think people are a little bit reactive too quickly on certain things. Not specifically with J.K. Rowling and all that.
no, we'll get into that.
Like I said, I think in terms of like hate and all that, I don't really tolerate it in a sense, but it doesn't mean that when it comes to the Harry Potter verse or anything like that, like I think when you get into so many films and you create a universe that's so huge, that's even beyond the creator, whether it's the writer of the books or the movies creator, that sort of sense, it's kind of sad to see people, especially because I'm someone who enjoys streaming. I really do like playing games and playing them on stream and watching reactions from other people and just communicating with friends, family, people that I've met from, just being online, that sort of thing. Because I'm just like, I love gaming in general. So it's just sad to see, like, because I'm in the gaming community, it's one of those spaces where I feel like it usually has to be a safe space, and when people are becoming hostile and you're streaming something and they're like, oh, why are you streaming this, you hate these types of people or whatever the case may be, when I actually have friends that are gay or identify in that sort of community, and I support them, and that's just the way it is. I think it's just really crazy that I have friends that don't even feel offense to me playing this game, but then there's people that go online and then they're like, oh, you hate, this type of person or that type of person. And that's just not the case. I just enjoy Harry Potter. Like, I'm a fan, like anything else. Like, if anything were to come out in Star Wars, it'd be the same thing. Like, if all of a sudden they started making games and then George Lucas came out and he was, against gays, like, that's his prerogative. But I think Star Wars is even bigger than George Lucas. Yeah, he's a creator. That's fine. But it doesn't mean that at the end of the day, whatever his ideologies are or his beliefs, it doesn't mean that that's my belief. So I think in certain senses, there's obviously a reason to react, especially when there's, valid proof in the case of like a tweet or someone being very hateful or negative. But in a case of like Jonathan Majors or Justin Roiland, like we'll get into later, I think sometimes people are just very reactive, and like someone says something or accuses someone of something and it's not, then it comes out later it's not true. You know, we don't know. So we can't just be so reactive in certain situations. I think it just has to play itself out, and that I really don't know about this whole Jonathan Majors thing, but
We'll get into that later.
we'll talk about that as we get further into it.
Jay, my man, right next to me. What are your thoughts on the JK Rowling stuff? If you know, I know you're not much of a gamer. I think you and Harold are both kind of like on that opposite end of the spectrum. None of y'all own the Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah.
I'm am I still muted?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Just don't yell on the mic. He has you low because you tend to lie.
Yeah,
to yell.
sure.
So
Here's my thing on this whole J.K. Rowling thing. I'm not a huge gamer, like you said.
Yeah. Do you watch Harry Potter or the movies?
I've watched every single Harry Potter.
Nice.
And I could even say that I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
I do like the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the rides?
Which one?
The rides.
The rides? Oh no. I love the rides.
Yeah, the rides are great.
The rides are great.
Yeah.
The rides are great. But there's a big but here. Okay.
And I
I'm
cannot
gonna-
lie.
Your butt.
Yeah. and you know that I have a big butt. So
And I cannot lie.
a big Dominican butt.
That
and
falls through
it's
the
gonna
toilet.
It's gonna come across very heavily.
Uh,
But I'm
Pause.
gonna say it how I only know how to say it, man. And I don't disagree with J.K. Rowling whatsoever in any way, shape, or form.
you do.
I think that she is just speaking truth. And it's what I find funny is that she's actually in the quote here, it says that she supports transgenders. Okay? It says that she's like an advocate for transgenders, but she doesn't agree with the fact that they didn't use women, the word woman, right? That she said something about people.
Read me the tweet
people
that you're
that
quoting from.
J.K. Rowling took issue with the fact that they did not use woman. She then tweeted, people who menstruate. I'm sure there was there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out here. And then she like bumbled a couple of
sarcasm.
words here. Yeah, sarcasm,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Hateful sarcasm.
So no, BS, bro. Okay, look, truth is truth. Okay, and that's just the bottom line. And I agree with her. There is a truth to what she's speaking. Okay,
a truth.
no, not hate truth.
No,
That's just
a truth. I'm
oh,
saying
a truth. Okay,
a
no,
truth.
there is truth, and
Her
there is
truth.
no.
Her
There's one, dude.
No,
listen.
you're going black and white, Jay.
Okay,
so that's
look,
what I'm saying. But I'm gonna
Are
let
you
you
gonna
finish.
let me speak?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you
because
finish.
you're
Jay, I'm gonna let you
talking.
finish. I'm gonna let you
Okay,
finish. Go
everybody
ahead.
spoke.
No one's attacking you. Go
Everybody
ahead.
spoke.
Jay, no one's
with
attacking you.
no interruption.
No one
Keep
is attacking you.
So then
Keep
stop
going.
talking.
Keep
Let me
going.
talk. Let me
Keep
talk.
going. Don't be
Keep talking.
aggressive. Just keep
Can I
going.
talk?
Maybe.
As soon as
Listen,
everybody's
you
Maybe
cut
just
me
stop
off-
being aggressive. You
cut me
cut
off
us
like
off
3
the whole
times
entire
earlier during
podcast,
John
bro.
Wick 4.
Relax.
Keep going. It's all right.
John Wick 4 versus this is
all
totally
right,
different.
keep going, Jay.
John
Keep
Wick
going.
4 versus
Take
this
a
is
breath and keep going. You're okay.
I'll wait.
Go wait.
Okay.
Harold,
Awkward
what do you have to say?
silence. You're gonna be in
How about
awkward
yourself?
silence if you're
Okay.
gonna wait.
Yeah, because this is
we're
the
sitting here
podcast.
letting you
Yeah.
talk.
Let's go.
Okay. No, you're not letting me talk. You guys keep talking.
Jay, listen to me.
Okay.
Shut the
so
fuck
anyways,
up and then talk.
Oh my god.
Go.
Oh my god.
Here you go.
Go,
Talk.
Jay. You got it.
This is what we're talking about.
Jay, you got
Anyways,
it.
guys. So this okay. There's a truth, not a truth. It's truth and not truth. Okay? There is the word woman, which has a meaning. Okay? And then there is whatever the heck else everybody wants to talk about. Okay? Woman is an adult human female. Period. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Like, literally, there's no other definition to it. Now, whatever anyone wants to believe, that's their prerogative.
Is that-
Okay?
is
Like,
that their truth?
literally, that is their truth. That's their truth.
Okay.
But what is biologically true is there's a word for it. Okay?
Mm.
And it's not a woman who menstruates, it's woman. So, and I agree with you in a lot of what you were saying. You know, you could put your money into whatever you want. You know, I'm still gonna put money, even if I was on the opposite end of this, which was like, I don't agree with JK Rowling and what she said, whatever. I like Harry Potter.
Mhm.
Why am I not gonna invest in Harry Potter if I like it? There's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with Disney and their views and a lot of their woke culture that they're putting into these Disney movies, and that's totally fine. Whatever they want to do, whatever. I still do watch some of their stuff. Do I like it? No, I give it bad reviews. But that's just especially in the Marvel universe. Like I watch some of these movies and like I see what they put in there and I think it's ridiculous. But I watched it.
The nation.
It is what it is.
The nation.
Nation of indoctrination, and that which leads to another good point. People want to like pretend like this indoctrination stuff is not happening. It really is. Okay, it really is. I know that this is a totally different like point from the whole JK Rowling's thing. Like I get that we're just talking about what JK Rowling's tweeted.
You get that?
But
you're gonna continue on with this
no,
point?
no. And I'll just, I'll cut it short. There really is. I mean, y'all want to play like this isn't happening. It really is.
That'll be for another podcast, Jay.
That'll be for another
we have a
podcast.
lot of stuff
That's
to say
fine.
about that.
I totally respect that.
Perfect.
But yes, my view is that I totally agree with JK Rowling's and I don't bash her on anything, and I will support her in any way, shape, and form.
Great. All right, cool. Harold, what is our take on here? Again, not a gamer. Don't own the Hogwarts Legacy thing. Harry Potter fan or not even really?
Yeah, I'm a Harry Potter fan. I like
some Harry Potter
I like
stuff?
the movies. I like the attractions and everything that they have at Universal.
Any books?
The books as well.
You read the books?
Yeah, I have the books.
Nice.
But I think it's kind of like the same thing that happens with, for instance, Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson was accused of this. So does that mean that his music is now null and void? You're not supposed to listen to that anymore? What about the old stuff when he was like super young? Is that still okay to listen to versus, the newer stuff when he was accused? You know what I mean? For me, it's like you guys say, you can separate the artist from the art. I think, there are some people who are horrible people in general, they're horrible people, but let's say they're painters and they paint a beautiful painting. You can appreciate the painting, you just don't appreciate the artist. That's all that is. So for me, honestly, buy what you like. If you like the Harry Potter game and you want to be a wizard, then do that. Like,
Yeah, Mike.
I'm a wizard.
if you're a wizard, right?
Well,
Wizard
that,
Harry.
that goes into any form of art or
Yeah.
media. Because like there's so many people that when I listen to Kanye, they're like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy. You're a fucking asshole."
Yeah, it happens
But
a lot with the music.
I listened to him before he was fucking talking about how he hated Jews and all this crazy shit.
Oh yeah, he's a whack job.
Until now, all of a sudden he likes Jews after he watched 21 Jump Street with fucking
That guy
Jonah
is
Hill.
he has
That's a
mental
whole
Which is a
nother
whole
Yeah.
nother thing.
Yeah.
That's a totally different.
But my
topic,
point,
exactly.
my point is, it's just one of the like what I'm going on to what Harold is saying, in that like you can enjoy whatever form of media you like and separate yourself from the person, especially when they become crazy over years, and that just happens. you
But
know?
yeah, but I'm
Do you
sorry.
have anything else, Harold, to
Oh,
say
yeah.
before?
No, I think that's
let people
pretty much
interject?
sums up
Okay.
my point of view about the whole thing. It's just, I guess you guys can definitely separate that art from the artist and then
But could
take
you
it from there.
could you separate? I mean, on your point, could you separate someone like
Kanye West.
Kanye West to J.K. Rowling, who's J.K. Rowling or Kanye West is an absolute nut freak, and J.K. Rowling has not demonstrated anything of the sort, and just said one phrase that she believes, as we're
But yeah, but that's
What's
what.
his name?
But Kanye
Yeah,
West
Kanye
believes
West.
what he believes.
Yeah, Kanye West believes what he believes, but
Kanye
he
West?
but he believes, like, I mean, whatever he said was completely
In your eyes.
No, not in everybody.
No.
Do you believe
In your
Yeah,
eyes.
okay.
There are some other people
In
out
your
there
eyes.
that believe in what he believes in.
Correct.
Okay, what's the majority here? We're talking.
But that's your call again. That's the majority versus the minority. Who knows about that?
Is everyone at this table in the majority or the minority?
It doesn't matter.
It
We're
doesn't
not the
matter.
be all end all of everything.
Because okay, that's the whole premise that we're talking about. Even with this whole transgender thing, it's like the transgender thing is like a super minute percentage.
But
of the
you're the
population
minority at this
with-
table.
Sure. Yeah,
The meat on the table.
so
we've
does that
all-
mean that you're wrong?
Does that mean you're wrong?
No, I mean, not that wrong, but
That
there
truth
is
is
a
wrong.
truth.
Does that mean that
there's
truth is wrong?
But I can back myself up with biological truth. You guys can't back that up at all.
We're not talking
We're
about
not
that.
talking
We're
about
talking about Kanye West and we're talking about JK Rowling.
Yeah, and JK Rowling's statement.
Beliefs.
Beliefs.
That's her
no,
beliefs.
beliefs statement,
Beliefs.
which
But
is
she
backed by
believes that.
biology.
But she believes that.
Okay, but just backed by biology.
But she believes that. Now Kanye
Kanye-
West
by biology.
Kanye-
Kanye West
West
believes
is
that
Correct.
believe,
And he is- and he is
said
backing
something
that-
about Jewish.
But he's backing that up
With what?
With religion.
It's history. It's history.
And
That
history.
he's talking
Correct.
about. He's talking about how he feels that Jewish people,
control
in a
the
sense,
media,
control Hollywood.
the media, control
that
Hollywood.
had been a narrative back in
forever.
Hollywood forever.
Forever. Yeah.
That's history, Jay.
And he's talking about in general how Jewish people have not struggled as much as black people in general. Which for me, that
But he
doesn't
said some stuff
translate.
about how what people took offense to was the whole thing about like Hitler wasn't a bad guy. That was what people did not like. It wasn't about that. It
No,
was about the fact that
I
they were
mean-
saying, he said, Hitler's not this
I think they
a
took
bad guy
I
actually.
think they
Taking
took
one
offense
So
statement.
don't
to-
even go there.
Jay,
I think they took
you're
offense to
taking
a lot
one
of what he
statement
said.
that Kanye said out of months
That's
of
the-
his rants.
No,
That's
no,
not the one thing that
Wait,
people.
why are we talking about
literally
Kanye?
what everybody blew up
Why
about.
are we talking about Kanye?
We're talking about like
We're-
tweets
we're-
and whatever.
About Kanye, bro.
Wait, I'm trying
Move
to do a
past
comparison.
Kanye. Sorry.
He's bringing.
I'm trying to do a comparison where J.K. Rowling
The-
is
the
talking
whole
about
Kanye
something
thing?
about truth,
Yeah.
and you guys are, and then we're talking about.
No, we're talking about what J.K. Rowling believes.
I brought up one
Which is
context of Kanye. It had nothing to do
Hold
with
on.
like a complete
So Harold
conversation about
was
it.
saying, this is what J.K. Rowling believes. I said this is what J.K. Rowling. It's basically a proven thing. This is what J.K. Rowling believes because there are people outside of J.K. Rowling's circle that do not believe that, and they have a truth to them that they like to live by. I am not a person to tell them otherwise. There are people that don't believe in God. There are people that don't believe in Jesus, and that is their truth, and that is what they believe in. But religiously, I was raised on the Bible, and I believe,
And by mass, everybody believes
and by
that.
mass,
That's-
especially in America, everybody believes there is a God. Correct?
Just look at your dollar sign if you're
In God
no.
we trust. So these are beliefs that we are taking as truth.
as truth.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
a lot of people believe it.
A lot of
But
people
that's
believe it.
Not
But
what
not
it is.
everybody believes that. So I cannot take that away from the people that believe that.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into a fight with people that don't believe there's a God because that's on them. That's their truth.
That's they want to live
Does
that
it
way.
hurt me? No. So I don't care what they believe. If they're gonna live their life, and me, I'm a believer of heaven and hell and things like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like that's whatever you want to believe in. You're right. That's what you believe in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna be like, well, the Bible says this and this and this and this, and if you don't believe that, then you're on the wrong side of this, and you're gonna go to hell, and you are on the wrong side of what I believe. So that means that your beliefs are now a lie. That's basically
We're
what
not
you're saying
talking
to
about
people.
beliefs. We're talking about
No, we're
truth
talking about
and
beliefs.
not truth.
No, we're talking about beliefs.
But Jay, it's not. That's not what it is.
That's not what it is.
It really isn't.
No.
Kanye West believes something.
Well, let's
to
talk
the
about
point-
J.K. Rowling. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling.
get
We're
back to
talking
Kanye
about
West.
two people
Well, now
because
let's-
we're comparing two people.
Okay,
Correct.
we're talking about psychopath.
To
Talking about-
you, Jay. To you.
Psychopath?
To you. There's people who believe he's not a psychopath.
Very
So stop saying that.
Okay, fine.
There's people who are like him, who are skinheads, who think Nazism is the greatest thing in the world.
Do you agree with what he said?
I don't. I can disagree or agree with
No,
him.
I'm
it
asking,
doesn't
do you
matter.
agree with what
I
he said?
disagree with him.
Okay,
because
you disagree with what he said. So he what he said is absolute ridiculousness.
But I disagree with what
but
JK
there's
Rowling
other
says.
people on JK Rowling's side who
But
think that what she said is
but we're
ridiculous. Why can't you
That's
believe
You're
that?
disagreeing with a belief on what's his name side on Kanye West side, and you're disagreeing with
A belief.
truth versus non-truth.
A belief.
No, biological truth versus non-truth.
You're going against religious truth.
No, I'm not talking about religion. I'm
Yes.
talking about truth.
No,
I'm
you're
talking about
talking about-
biological.
You
What
brought
is a
up-
woman?
Did he bring up
What
Kanye?
is a woman?
Hold on. Did he bring up Kanye again?
That was just a comparison because he brought up Kanye.
And I'm waking up.
That's
that
all I'm
comparison.
saying. He brought up Kanye. I'm bringing a comparison.
You're bringing
we
up
can't
a
compare
comparison.
a psych,
I
like
brought
an
it up
absolute nut
for
job.
How are
like
you
2
comparing it,
seconds
Jay?
of the conversation.
How are you comparing it right now?
I'm asking.
Jay,
I was
I brought-
asking a
I
comparison.
brought it up
Listen,
for 2 seconds of the
I
conversation. The
understand.
whole
And I said we can't
the
literally.
whole-
We're not even halfway.
Listen, we
the
can't.
whole part of this has nothing to do with Kanye West. I need you to understand.
I understand that.
We went into this conversation talking about JK Rowling, talking about Justin Roiland, and talking about Jonathan Majors. It has nothing to
We
do.
haven't even gotten there yet.
We haven't even
Exactly.
gotten there
And Trump.
because you are trying to deflect and go into the Kanye conversation, which we all agree.
No!
He's fucking crazy.
I just said because
Listen,
you mentioned the
I
Kanye
am
thing.
a Kanye West fucking fan
You
at
are.
this
Yeah,
table.
he is, he is.
I listen to him all the time.
Good.
I
Good for
still
you.
fucking like his music.
Good for you.
But I will agree, he needs to just shut the fuck up
I
in
even
certain
listened
situations.
to him when he came out with
Listen,
that Christian
Jay,
album, and then he went nuts, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a
Christian
minute!"
album.
and that is part
Like,
of
okay.
and that is
Alright.
part of the problem because you believe something that he's putting out for you to believe. He's not really the person that you're trying to fucking put him at. And so many people will take that and say, "Oh wow, he's Christian now because he created a gospel album. That's fucking amazing." No, he's not.
He's taking advantage of
there's
that.
parts of him that may believe in
But who
God.
am I to judge?
Listen, there's parts
Who
of
am I
him.
to judge?
You're
You're
judging
judge.
everybody else, Jay.
Jay,
You're judging everyone
Who?
else.
there are parts of him that believe that he truly is.
If he
the
comes
per-
out with a
Can
Christian
I-
album,
Can I finish what
Go
the
ahead, go
fuck
ahead.
I'm saying?
Go
God
ahead,
damn it.
Go ahead.
Fuck.
Manager.
Listen,
Mr. Man.
there are parts of him that maybe, yes, he grew up in church. Like all of us are talking about at this table. We're all sitting here. We've all been to church. We all understand the stories. We've all read the Bible. We all fucking understand all these things. But at the end of the day, he's not who he fucking says he is. He's doing it because he's trying to create an audience. He's trying to create a stir. He's trying to create controversy because at the end of the day, what sells?
What are you talking about?
What sells?
Who are you talking about?
Is controversy. He's selling his self. That's it. Like
That's also a very good book,
he
Controversy
sells-
Creates Cash by Eric Bischoff.
I'm dead serious.
That's 100%.
Like his albums are selling because what is he doing? 1 minute he's a fucking Christian, saying I'm not gonna curse, I'm not gonna do any of these things, and then the next album he creates is just completely contradictory of that. It has nothing to. At the end of the day, there's parts of him. Yes, he's fucking bipolar. No one understands that.
Certified.
He's
Certified.
fucking.
Yeah.
He is certified
Right?
bipolar.
Exactly.
He seriously has issues, but at the end of the day, he's a very fucking smart individual musically. And for me, I'm not going to take that away from him.
I think that goes back to what Harold was saying.
Because
Separate the artist.
When you are
The
when
artist.
you
The
are
artist.
an artist and you create something that moves people, regardless of how crazy you are, some people will still remember the moments where they were when they were listening to that first album, that second album, that fourth album, wherever they were. I have a fucking Kanye tattoo on my fucking body right now, bro.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Where?
Right here. This fucking heart
Oh, that's what it's from?
is
He's
808s
an
and
artist.
Heartbreak, bro. This is literally my favorite album.
one of the best albums.
Because I literally was dealing with fucking depression, dealing with heartbreak, dealing with a lot of shit at the time when the album came out, and it took me through a lot of shit. So for me, like, art literally means a lot in a certain sense. To me, like, one piece of art does not determine that person overall. So
And-
like that's why it goes back
that's
to
why I
the
go back
whole-
to JK Rowling.
the JK Rowling thing. She can go out and say whatever she wants to say,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, I truly believe that what she created
Was dope.
was dope, and it truly transcended every single person in the world,
And that
no matter what
yeah.
you believe, no matter who
Dude,
you are.
It goes by
and
the
that's it.
numbers. The numbers said it. It says, I mean, nobody cared about that statement.
we're not talking about numbers, Jay. What we're talking about is
I'm
that piece of
talking-
tattoo that
I'm
hold
talking
on, Alex.
about
Hold on.
how.
Wait,
well,
hold on.
I'm
that
talking
tattoo that
about-
Alex has from Kanye's album.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many millions of people have tattoos of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, maybe their house?
I'm sure
Because
millions
there have-
and billions.
And that's
Correct.
what we're talking
And that's what we're
about
talking about.
is the fact that people are coming out and attacking people and saying, you are crazy for supporting this game or this idea, but it has nothing to do with the creator per se. Like, I'm not sitting here and saying I am
I mean, there is
100% supportive
I
of
agree with
JK
that.
Rowling. Yeah, she created an amazing universe and there's amazing things about it. But it doesn't mean that I'm sitting here with a fucking JK Rowling tattoo on my arm. Like, I don't give a fuck
Sure.
about it.
I don't
I mean,
think
I
barely
still like,
anybody has
it's
that.
like I
It has
said
to do
before.
with the
I still
stories.
watch a lot of the Disney stuff that's out there. It is what it is. Okay, I'm not. I don't discriminate against like you guys said, the artist, the talent, right?
The artist.
That's right.
The artist from the art.
Yes. So it is what it is. But I mean, like you guys said, it gets a lot deeper than that. It really does. I mean, no matter how you guys slice it, it gets a lot deeper than that.
That's how they
Not some people. It's for the world. The world, it gets a lot deeper. Okay. And you guys, I mean, you guys are my friends. You guys really are. I love you guys for real.
Everybody loves each other.
Okay.
Except Omar. I don't know what he's doing. He's playing with chicken or.
No, I'm
Say
listening.
you're
I'm
over.
listening.
No, I truly love you guys, and we may disagree on a lot, but what I'm saying is truly, you guys, and we might need to save this for another podcast because it gets so much deeper than what you guys really think. I'm
Well,
not going to be the one that
I think
says,
there's-
"Oh, JK Rowling said this," and I'm on the opposite end. I've already said it.
I think
I'm on the
there's
opposite end as well,
elements-
and I still watch
but
stuff
the
that's out
problem
there
is,
that
I
is
think
against what I
that-
say.
I
or
think
against what
that
I
there
think.
are elements of what we're talking about that we can all agree on, and that's where we're talking about right now. I think where you're going deeper, yeah, there could be a deeper conversation.
And
There
I get
could be a
passionate
deeper-
about like these specific,
and that's
about specific
fine.
details.
We
can get into that at a different
We've
time.
seen it,
but-
especially with the Glenlivet bottle at the end of the day,
Ooh, no.
and that's
That's
fine.
hiding under the table
No,
right now.
That'll never happen again.
I think for me, what we're talking about, like we said, we're keeping it in the context of this conversation in terms of people that are like
We can't
literally
compare.
looking at people like me or Michael or anyone that decides to play a game and say, "Oh, you're a piece of shit because
No, I
you
don't
want to
agree
play
with
this
that.
game."
I don't agree with that.
Like that's fucking stupid.
So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
agree
we're
with that.
talking about.
So we'll leave it at that.
Whatever you want to
So
invest
for
your
me,
money in,
that's
fine.
That's a whole different thing. But I think when it comes down to like other elements, like when you get deeper, yeah, of course we can get as deep as we
Very
want to
deep.
fucking
We'll get deeper later.
Yeah.
We'll just keep this conversation
We can
moving.
swim in
'cause
that.
I need
Up the
to.
butt.
We need to keep this going. Second conversation here is kind of like a different story on that. Still kind of like in that cancel culture
I don't know.
umbrella there and stuff like that. What's that?
I said I don't know what is this about the other
Justin
one?
Roiland.
I don't know
Yes, he
too much
is
about
the
this one.
one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty. So with him, there was a controversy. In case you guys don't know, someone came out, like a previous person he was related to, not related to like familiar wise, but just like someone he dated or was romantically involved with. That came out that said that he was very sexually aggressive and basically like assaulted her, and this came out like day one, I believe, and then by the end of day one or day two, he had been fired from Comedy Central. And keep in mind, we're talking about one of the co-creators of one of the biggest animated cartoon series of all time, especially in nerddom and fandom. It's called Rick and Morty. Basically, if you think about like what Family Guy meant in the early 2000s, this is what that means now to a different generation. Okay. If you played a game, it's called High on Life. It's basically kind of like that same, it's the same creators and same minds behind that. So she came out and, she came out and basically accused him of these things. Comedy Central is very quick to jump the gun, and Adult Swim and all that to basically cut ties with this guy. That was basically like the court of public opinion. It hadn't even gone through the legal part of it yet, and people were very, 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 very quick to judge.
You're guilty before.
Before anything else, without any type of like evidence or anything like that. They're just like, oh, this person said this. Oh, we're going with it. Cancel Justin Roiland. Okay. So fast forward a couple months, or I don't know how long it's been already, but
Well, I mean, remember,
maybe
this
6
is,
months
no,
or
no, not even
less than
that,
that?
Mike. Because remember,
It felt like a
High
long
Life
time
came out in
ago.
December. It happened. I started playing in January, so this happened like this year, January.
yeah.
So we're only April.
few months ago.
Like 2
this
months.
is when
Yeah,
it started.
not
Then
really quick, yeah.
it comes out maybe a week or two ago. Within the last 2 weeks, that it went to court. Judge didn't find enough evidence to support that. Now, that doesn't mean that nothing happened. But it's one of those things where then where do you draw that line of like people that were quick to cancel him, Adult Swim that was quick to fire him, one of the co-creators and also voices. He voiced Rick and Morty and a lot of other characters on that, like the main voice on that. And now his livelihood is basically gone, what he makes his money off of.
Right.
So now where do you go and draw the line of like being too quick to judge versus not? And how do you go about then fixing that, you know, like as a company, like, oh shit, like we fucked up. This guy was not guilty or was not found guilty. Now
We've already pulled the trigger.
we already pulled
and
the
it
trigger
looks bad.
and it looks bad on us. I just kind of wanted to get Omar, you probably know more about it than most people at this table. Well, and Alex as well, yeah. So what are your thoughts about that? And just as a situation, as a general situation, because I gave you guys that scenario, just your thoughts on that thing as
Sure.
far as being quick to judge. Yeah.
Sure. Well, with his situation, the thing is that I believe that you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. You're supposed to be. All right. With his situation, which again we're gonna talk about it in a little bit with Majors, kind of based on that. There's a difference. An asterisk. You asked a good question. What did the studios? Did everybody make the right decision when it came to him before waiting for the final call? I get what you're saying, and you're right. I do agree with you. In a regular like, I'll explain this to you. This is like a black and white. This is like a gray area. How's that? Because with him, JK Rowling. Wow, we moved on. Rick and Morty. Homeboy, I believe, now this is just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. When the girl came out and all this information came out with the judge and all that, and you remember how many others started coming out with similar cases and similar situations that happened with him a long time ago, and now they're coming out because now they feel empowered. Like someone spoke, let me talk. Kind of like the Harvey Weinstein thing. It all felt the same
Like the Me Too
thing.
stuff, yeah.
Again,
Like
hold on.
dominoes.
Dominoes. It could be
could be legit.
lies.
It could
You
be
never
legit.
know. You never know. But some of them were so scary detail that when you read about it, you go, this is like this. I'm not saying there's no way. I mean, people are weird, but I want to say that there's a slight chance there's more than meets the eye here. And I was believing the fact that people were saying, even guys, they were saying, I'm glad this guy's out. Like I was done with this guy. I guess his, not just his behavior with girls, but apparently his professionalism with the studio and the,
Rick
the
and Morty
parties,
and all
Rick
that
and
stuff, yeah.
Morty. It was hard to. He changed a lot over the years, and a lot of that crap started coming out all when this case was happening. And out of nowhere, the judge, remember, it's what you can prove in the law, in the court of law. Yeah, in this case, his lawyer, he did his job. His lawyer defended the client. He's innocent, walks free. What's next? Is Comedy Central going to rehire him again?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think they will either.
I don't think so. I think his career's done, because it's like, I feel this is like the OJ part 2 in a way. Like, we know he's guilty, but no one's going to say anything until maybe later on. Because remember, you're going to make another mistake eventually. You're going to fall. If it's innocent, God, I'm so sorry. I misjudged him. But so many has spoken about
I
him.
just feel it's crazy, like how fast in general they just like completely like let it go.
Deleted him? You mean like from
No,
the
I'm
world?
saying well that, but then
Yeah.
also how quickly then the judge was like, he's not
he's
he's
innocent.
innocent.
But
Yeah.
Omar is saying that his lawyer did his job, right?
Yeah.
The
So,
lawyer,
and-
well, there's a lawyer job, and then there's the legal system, which has to make the decision.
Well, that's a
And
whole.
I guess-
that's a whole different
Whatever
story.
evidence,
the only-
evidence they
Yeah.
had, the
I guess
lawyer,
the
the
system,
lawyer
in my
killed it.
opinion,
The
is
lawyer,
broken.
the lawyer killed
So
it.
I
for
guess only
sure
time will
that it is
tell.
broken,
Yeah.
and what the lawyer has a job, the judge has a job. They have to make a
Bro,
decision.
they show all
Yeah.
the text messages,
wow.
everything
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
And
I
I mean,
get
I
it.
saw some of it. It was leaked on Reddit. It
Oh,
was
wow.
disgusting.
Wow.
It's gross. The
Okay.
way he spoke to the
Yeah,
girls.
I never saw any of it.
I mean, yeah,
don't know,
but the way he spoke to the girls, I think we saw it, right? You saw a little bit, couple text here and
I
there.
think you had.
Oh, I made a screenshot to you guys from
Maybe.
Reddit.
I mean, I think part of it is,
It was gross.
Like, if you
Yeah.
look at him as a person and like the content that he's created, like that's just the type of person that he is. Like he's
But
very,
he's a very like
Yeah,
goofball.
he's out
yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much of it was, him actually being that person, or if it was just him just trying to be crazy and
Being
then
dirty or whatever.
it fucking backfired. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying.
And
like,
there you go.
for
We don't
me,
know.
I think it could be just a matter of time.
Mhm.
But I do agree in that sense, in that you can't just be reactive right away. It takes
It takes time.
steps
Yeah.
to really research shit and really make things be true over time and having the evidence there.
This case was wrapped up literally in less than 3 months. It was way too quick.
Yeah, it was really
Because
fast.
High on Life came out in December, and we were talking about it. I was excited. January, the controversy must have come out. I don't remember the date now. We're in April. It's already done.
Yeah.
Like that was way too fast.
you do a lot of research out there, bro, and there's too much. There's too many instances where things are resolved too quickly, where people who should be in jail,
Or
are out free,
oh sure.
and then
Or-
bad things happen. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just a testament to how broken
The
our
legal system. This is why we have
really is.
Daredevil. No, I get it. Or Punisher.
I wish we had
I get-
Daredevil
I get
out there,
it.
bro, for real.
I
wish we had
or
Daredevil.
Punisher. Freaking
Or
yeah,
Punisher.
after the
Dang.
fact. After the fact.
God.
After the
I'll
fact.
take Daredevil over She-Hulk. That's a
Oh, I would
okay,
take
okay.
it
Anyway, I'll take it too.
all day.
I know you take
I'll
it.
take it.
All day. I
Face
would
is
take it all
fine.
day. I'll take it all day.
Mira, but that's what I feel with the whole case.
I think
so,
that's kinda-
do you think he's guilty, innocent? How you see him?
I don't know. I don't know. I think
don't
it's
know?
just a matter of time, and I think that's kind of like how I feel about this Jonathan Majors thing. Like,
Which was gonna bleed to that.
I feel like
Yeah.
it blew up
way too quick.
really fast, and
Mhm.
it's like one of those things where we don't know. Like, we really don't know until more information comes out. And I really feel bad if it's not a true situation and it's just someone being crazy and trying to fucking diminish his character.
Career, his
Because it kind of, as much as like people are, I'm not giving any sort of like I'm trying to find the right words. I'm not trying to give anything to Johnny Depp, but like in his situation,
Oh yeah,
Amber Heard, Amber
that
Heard.
really fucked up his career.
big time.
That was true.
Big time.
don't come back from that.
The way that Disney pulled the trigger so
Yeah.
fast
Yeah.
on him, and then he
And they can't go back. They
And
can't go
now
back.
And I don't think he even wants to do it anymore.
And now
No,
it's
yeah,
hard.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's,
You lose,
it's
bro, you
hard
lose, you
to
lose, I
take
mean, like,
him
I
and then be
feel you.
like, oh well, we really fucked up, and let's make another Pirates and try to make this up. No, like
that's
you
over.
can't do
You
that.
grab another Black Pirate. I'm not
like
doing
you,
Black Pirate.
you kind of went too far, and so for me, like, I really hope that I think in a sense of Disney, they really will hopefully try to take this seriously and try to figure out what the situation is. And for me, like, I really hope it's not true. I really hope that there's parts of it that could be, someone that's just trying to bring him down. And because there is that's part of why I wanted to talk about this conversation, that like I do agree that there are some people that really are, guilty of what they do, and they're really fucked up in their ways, and it's not okay to do that to women in general. But there are some situations where I've seen where like people are, trying to like blow the whistle really quickly, and it's not, it's not right to fucking try to ruin someone else's life or their career or their money or their success because you're upset about that relationship didn't work out or whatever the fuck it was, because like for me, Like that's what they're saying is that it's someone.
Well,
like
it's his girlfriend.
it's an ex that was like.
Well, I mean, it's ex, right? Yeah, is that what it was? I thought that was his girlfriend. Okay.
That-
So
that's-
that's probably a motivation or something like
yeah,
that.
like
Sure.
and I'm not saying
Well,
that
he called the police, by the way. It was him.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
Well,
not saying
after he
that-
beat her up, but no, I'm just.
and that would tie into the whole Jonathan Majors thing. That would tie into the whole Jonathan
What?
Majors thing. But that aside, I mean,
I'm just saying I don't know who's guilty until
Well, we have
like
to-
you
we
were
have- we have
saying
to
when I
wait.
walked into the room.
Yeah.
You're not guilty until proven
Until
innocent
proven
or
innocent.
But I
whatever
have a-
the
Yeah.
fucking
You're innocent
terminology
to proven
is.
guilty. Yeah.
Exactly. Like for me, I just think it's just we gotta give it time. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
no, I just have a thought. Like basically, my whole thing because I don't know a lot about this, but based on what you guys are saying, like there's one thing that you guys can really tie into this whole issue. or this whole
Indoctrination,
thing. No,
domination.
besides indoctrination, besides that, is and this is extreme, but you have to understand from the point of view of like who is it? Who is it that
The Rock.
plays him?
You talk about the
Like Adult Swim.
Adult Swim or
Adult-
whatever.
Oh, the Comedy Central. This guy. Oh,
So for
Going
example,
back to that, okay.
let's say it wasn't domestic violence or whatever. Let's say he was a pedophile, right?
Oh, okay.
Even if he was innocent and he was labeled and he was accused
Well,
of being a
apparently he was
pedophile.
because they were minors.
Well, I'm just saying, like this
Yeah,
is just
I mean, you're
hypothetical.
not
This is
that-
completely hypothetical.
Okay.
If he was labeled a pedophile,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and he was found innocent,
Yeah.
will you guys still remember him as? Oh, that was the guy that
Yeah.
was
Nah.
labeled a pedophile.
You're always gonna remember him as a pedophile.
You're always going
Always.
to
I
think
label
that-
him as that.
I think that
Always.
also depends
The
on
Pee Wee Herman syndrome.
Yeah, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
but I
No
think
matter
it's one of
what,
those things
jerk off in the theater.
where it depends on that level
I mean, yeah.
and also how
yeah, there's a level.
there's a
to it.
level
wrong?
to it. Like
Am I
like
wrong?
how Harold said earlier about Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's sometimes hard to
That's true.
separate
It's a good example.
I mean, you have to try to separate the art from the artist, right? With Michael Jackson, some will remember him as one of the greatest artists of all time,
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
musical geniuses.
I
and stuff like
completely
that,
agree
right?
with that. By the way,
And there's other people that may remember him
Pedophile.
as a pedophile or hanging out with kids or whatever the case
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be,
yeah.
right? I think that situation right now, as of now, holds true with Justin Roiland, where some people may see him as like, hey, he was terrible with that. That's the one that got fired from Comedy Central because he was messing with his ex or whatever. And there's others that are like, oh, well, he was one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty, which was one of the greatest shows that's ever made. That's
Sure.
like animated to them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, like I was saying, there's levels to it, and I think that it hasn't gotten to that level where everyone's gonna remember
I think
him. As,
over time though.
over time, it might.
I hope not.
Over time, people might. I mean,
knows?
depending what
Depending
happens
on what
after
happens,
this.
yeah.
Depending on
Depending
what
Like,
happens after this.
what comes out more?
If anything comes out
If
more,
anything else comes out, then
go ahead.
So
Exactly.
no, my question was: so what's going to happen now with the show? The show's done.
No,
No,
they
without him.
were recasting, I guess, the voice. and
It's
stuff
weird.
Like that.
That's not gonna work.
That's
but
weird.
apparently, and this is what I was telling Michael about, the show, they're saying that he's already been phased out for like seasons.
Yeah, that's what Omar was saying.
Like
Yeah.
he has not been involved
Professionalism,
in
right.
I was talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
professionalism, that he wasn't been
anything
involved.
because he's been so crazy. Like he was saying, that people were just like completely started to
Take him off.
and
So-
it kind of makes sense because he started making other shows. He started doing the game,
Which I love his
I
other
can
shows.
pretty much guarantee he's not going to get involved again.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he'll get
Yeah.
involved again. I'm saying in general, I think for 100% for a fact, moving forward, they're not going to include him in
Probably,
And I think
Rick
that's a
and Morty,
pride
yeah.
thing because I think that once you move on from that, it's like if a company as big as Cartoon Network or whatever, Adult Swim, they part ways with somebody because of some accusation. Now, oh, he's innocent. Oh well, crap. We can't be the one that says we
That's-
were wrong. We're sorry.
It's
Come
the Johnny
back,
Depp thing.
please. Yeah,
It's Johnny
they're
Depp.
No,
never
yeah,
gonna
they're
do
not-
that. They're
not
never gonna do
well,
that.
well, hold on. You're wrong there.
Tell me.
Disney just did it
With
with
who?
James Gunn.
Yep, that's true.
Oh no, but that was because of influences by Batista and everybody else who was
That's
like,
that if,
Well, I
if he's
mean-
not involved,
well, I
he's
mean, not
involved.
pedophile, but-
I'm not involved. That was they weren't gonna
But
ruin
he
everything
left,
for him.
and then they were like, bro, after everything, they noticed how stupid it was. They're like, let's come back.
It's dumb.
We're sorry.
Suck your.
But that was,
I don't know.
I mean,
that was a smart move on their behalf.
no, I'm just saying it's always possible that they can beg you to come back. It just
Anything's
depends.
possible, Papo.
But James Gunn is not freaking. What I know of is a pedophile.
Well, I'm
you
gonna
know?
say even
that's
with
way
that,
worse. Yeah,
I'm gonna say even
Yeah.
with that support, if you got from Batista,
Yeah.
keep in mind Batista's always Aldana, Chris Pratt. They're all still under contract.
They were all there.
with Marvel and Disney,
Yeah.
so
Dude, but
they
Batista
can
was-
say whatever they want.
Batista was
but
walking
one
out.
way or
He
the
said
other,
he
they're
was
gonna
walking
they're
out
gonna
without.
make that movie either way.
He said, "I'm not doing anything without James Gunn." He's
He says that, but
I wonder
are you gonna break
if-
your
I wonder
contract?
if
And
it's in those
He can't
contracts,
get
dude.
sued.
honestly,
Hey,
he was they'll getting get sued. bigger at
In
that
those-
point that he could.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if
Maybe.
I wonder in
Walk
the
on. Walk on,
contracts
sell.
when they make these contracts
Walk
with
on.
these celebrities, do they have clauses in those contracts to say if you conduct yourself in
Yeah,
any
yeah,
way that's
absolutely.
not in,
Absolutely.
we can
According to
like
contract,
It's just like a
Disney
regular job.
is a
Right,
perfect
right,
example.
right,
of
right,
that.
right,
Mickey
right.
Mouse
Disney is the
house, bro.
perfect
You don't mess with
example.
them.
If you act
Mickey
out,
Mouse.
like for instance, what's happening with Jonathan Majors. Disney is like, oof, we don't want all that. But
That's still
they're
there, bro.
treading
That's still
carefully
there.
with that because they don't want to
don't
happen
wanna
what
be
happened
reactive.
They've
with,
already- yeah.
with Johnny
You don't
Depp.
want to be reactive. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
You have to take it lightly.
The Johnny Depp
and
might save
say-
him, or we don't know. You're right.
No, but it's
now-
true
but now-
because,
That's what I.
because you don't know. Like you're going out on a limb and saying this person's saying
It's like
this.
playing
That's
stock.
cool, but you got to do your investigation.
they've already started this entire phase on this
you
guy.
already.
Oops.
This was, and it's not just Ant-Man. It's the Loki start.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
to
yeah,
this,
bro.
Now moving beyond this, so it's, you cannot just like say, "Oh, we're gonna take one person's," because if they take it, and then you're fucking wrong, then you really look stupid.
You need to
That's
lead
the
into
problem.
this
If it's
Jonathan Majors
guilty,
thing now,
Oh, yeah.
'cause-
guilty, whatever.
And that's what I'm saying.
change
like,
it. That's fine. I don't care. Change the actor.
I will accept.
All right,
it.
so
Let's
here we
get
go.
into
Let's
Jonathan Majors. I think,
since you
because
guys are
that's
getting into
Yeah, yeah.
without any
Yeah,
transition.
yeah,
So sorry about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, you're good.
Ecu
You're
me.
good.
trying to move this
Ecu
along.
me.
So
Trying
I'm
to move it
trying
along.
to-
All right. So for the last part of this, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Jonathan Majors, which you, like I said earlier, you may know him from
From
Creed
Devotion, that's
3, Lovecraft Country, Devotion, Ant-Man and the
Quantum,
Wasp,
Loki.
Quantumania, Loki. Very big actor right now, blowing up.
Yeah.
Phenomenal actor,
Yeah.
by the way.
Creed 3.
Talent.
Creed 3,
wise,
baby.
he's great. Creed 3, great. He was recently arrested in New York City.
Mhm.
I think last
Fake
week, I
news.
believe, for domestic
Violence.
violence, which there are conflicting reports whether he called the police or she called the police, whether there was,
We found that out watching John Wick 4, by the way.
Oh.
What did you find out? Jonathan Majors?
About Jonathan Majors. Remember I showed
Exclusive
you
news.
during
Oh,
John
while
Wick
we were
4.
watching John
Yeah.
John
Just wanted to
Wick,
show-
yeah.
just wanted to show
Yeah,
that.
and then I was like, "What the fuck?"
What
like,
the
when you
f-
sent me that, I was like,
Yeah.
"No."
We'll
And
what do
then-
you guys
I
talk
showed
about?
You
him.
text us.
Did you send it to me? I sent to you.
You sent it to
I
us.
sent it to you, right?
And
While we're in the
I
movie.
watched-
We were all
I'm like,
together.
I like
I
walked
had a
off.
feed. I had a feed on my phone that just
Yeah.
bing
It popped
like,
up.
Oh, and then he got a
blink,
news article.
and then I
yeah.
went, "What the hell?" And I showed him, and he went, "What the
I
hell?"
literally sent the GIF of like
Which one are you
During
talking
the
about?
when they're
movie.
just fucking
During the
slamming
movie.
the
I don't- I
laptop,
didn't get
and
that
they're
Major
just
story.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was while we were watching John Wick. It
Oh,
broke
yeah,
like on his phone, on his
I-
on my
watch.
watch, and I went, "What the hell?" And I went, "Hey," and he goes, "What the?" And then we just said, "Okay, let's just finish.
Let's finish this movie.
Let's just finish this movie."
We'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it. Let him deal with it. Let him deal with it.
Let him deal with it for real.
Let him deal with it.
Dude.
So we,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
there were some conflicting stories about what's going on, which, again, I'm not one to presume anything until facts are out. Innocent until proven guilty, or guilty by the public domain. And what the fuck is happening?
heck?
Sorry. This guy's pulling a J.
playing Wakanda Forever.
Black Panther, Wakanda
Shoe just
Forever.
fell
Yeah.
off. What the? F-
So we have Jonathan Majors. We've kind of like alluded to it in a couple of our conversations here regarding Jonathan Majors, of course. So Omar will, of course, kick it off with you. So, kick it off with you. We will say that Jonathan Majors. Right now, I don't know what the latest is on it because there's a lot of just facts that are not out yet, of course, on that.
And there could have been something that popped
There's
right
something
off.
fishy going on. I don't care
All
what
right,
anybody
thank you,
says. There's
Omar
something
1 and
fishy.
Omar 2. I appreciate this.
Well, there could have been
Fishy.
something
Omar-
that popped
Omar,
off
tell-
right
tell
when
it
we
how
were
it is, bro.
recording.
All right,
Yeah.
Jay and Alex right now are on the same level now.
Well,
Here
who
we go.
knows if something came
All right,
out
stop
while
doing
we
your
were
Jay.
recording.
Both of you guys.
Sounds-
All right, Omar, we're gonna mute Alex too. Omar,
What's going on?
what do you have to say about this? Do you have any recent developments?
No, but you kind of said it that how this case was going one way. What you know? What? Listen, couples fight all the time. I mean, I don't beat up my girl like that, but
She'll kick your ass.
I don't look like a freaking god Greek either. So I mean, I guess whatever. But anyway,
God, Greek, what?
the way
Agree,
see the way he
what
looks?
he was trying to say.
Yeah.
oh Greek god, whatever, god Greek god.
I don't
Mira,
look
le chico huevo, cállate.
God, Greek.
All we know is he's Greek.
Mira, cállate, borracho.
Hey, I don't look like a God, Greek.
Mira, huele bicho, sit down.
Los dos son borrachos, venga. Sigue.
Cállate, bro.
Continue.
Okay. So I'm not gonna excuse that. Obviously, I don't think you should ever obviously strike a woman. Now, from what I gather, I thought he called the police. Now people are saying
Yeah, that's
she
what I thought,
called the
that-
police,
yeah.
but I thought he did. Right? He did after he
No,
beat her up.
from what-
I thought
Or-
There was some article that said that he called the police because she was having a mental health issue or breakdown. I would say.
which could happen.
It could happen. So he
She
called.
was out of control.
He called due to her safety.
Correct.
That's what.
From him.
And from what I gather, she
don't
went
even know what the
She went
Probably
so
from him.
crazy
Who knows?
that he beat her up to stop her. That's what I
Like
gather, right?
self-defense?
Like self-defense from but she was so skinny too.
Are there
Yeah.
any like was there anything involving like marks that like
Well,
was she?
well,
she
according
had marks on her neck. and stuff.
well, yeah.
Oh, she had
according,
a-
his fingerprints all over her neck.
Like a
The,
strangulation almost.
according to there were some cameras of footage that the lawyers
There's
used
something about in
against,
the
on his
against
behalf,
Her,
Uh-huh.
yeah, against her. Basically,
against her, showing evidence that actually,
in a taxi cab. I think it was
right,
Yeah.
piece everything together and prove his innocence. But then what happened was out of nowhere, overnight, as you all know,
She
she
recanted.
recanted the whole
Recanted
story,
Yeah. Yeah,
which
yeah.
I thought was a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, a little hush
And
hush
then-
money
and
was
then
all
also-
right.
Sorry, No, Alma.
A little Kevin Feige went, mira, I don't know. I'm just saying she
And then
just
and then he released their text as well. Her text.
everything
Yeah.
over, and it was
It's fishy, bro.
It
I'm
cleaned
sorry.
up very fast.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, for me, and this is my final thoughts. That couples fight, bro. People say stupid things, and trust me, they say the stupidest things when they fight. It's fine, and they regret it later on. It happens all the time. This is why we have Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
But so real life, right?
Yeah.
But what I got out of this is the same thing as this homeboy. What's his name?
Justin Roiland?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Justin Roiland. Yeah. It's all the crap that came out on social media against Majors.
Yeah.
While this was happening
Correct.
for those 2 weeks, people attacking him,
Yep.
saying, "I'm so happy this is happening."
Somebody's actually came out.
Finally, someone's talking. I can't stand this guy, this
Yeah.
diva, and
Yeah.
it was horrible. I'm so he thought. I mean, like his head got so big.
Yeah.
He was a violent man, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So people were like, "Finally, we took down the beast." Well, I mean, I read so much crap, bro. And out of nowhere, this thing being completely 180.
But these were just random people.
People,
No,
not
people that
random
know him.
jabronis, people that work in the industry,
industry?
people
Yeah.
that have names, social media.
That
so I don't
say
know.
They witnessed him doing.
No,
think
they
there
didn't
was some
witness that,
producers
but
or
they're
something
saying they're
like that, yeah.
happy that this is happening to him
Because they know
they
of
weren't
him
happy
being-
with this guy's rising star this year because he's a
'cause he's
butt-face
exploding in
behind the
such a short
scenes.
time.
He's a
Okay.
horrible person
I
in real
got you.
life.
Okay.
So they're happy that someone finally took him down.
Okay.
So then now this all being 180. Oh, it was a mistake or whatever. Like Harold's saying. Then what about all those texts now? What about everyone talking about against him? Everyone's quiet
Yeah.
because they look like idiots now, obviously.
Right.
But that's the part that honestly has me thinking overnight. Okay, I'm not gonna forget this. Obviously, I mean everyone's gonna keep their eye on Majors, and in Disney, bro, especially Disney. If this is true, going forward,
They'll
I
cut
mean
ties.
they're gonna have to put that leash on him, a very short
No, they'll
leash.
cut ties if it's legit.
They're not gonna cut ties
You
because
don't think they'll cut
that
ties?
that plan from Marvel Phase 4 and 5 or whatever it is, it's all based around that character.
Yeah,
so
but if
unless
they-
they do some multiverse thing,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It all,
That's what I was gonna
multiverse
say.
well, the
Is it
good
a
thing about
multiverse
his
thing?
character, King,
Yeah.
you could recast
Yeah,
him
you could.
literally
That's what I'm
because
saying.
it's a multiverse thing.
They could.
He's right.
It's
You could.
early enough to where I mean, I don't know. They probably could.
What could open doors is that the homeboy Michael B. Jordan, he wanted to work with him in the sequels from
Yeah,
before.
Creed 4,
Yeah.
if we see news that that they're going separate ways, that you know there's some things behind the scenes that he knows. So I mean, we gotta watch this carefully. This is not over. This is still running. We're just kind of talking about what's happening right now, current trends.
It's just so funny how this type of thing. I'm sorry, and I don't know if we're going this way, but like, go ahead,
Jay.
Alex,
Jay, it's all about
Alex.
you, Jay.
I'm sorry, Alex.
No, I wanted to.
I just
to
had
read
a
this.
big thought, but
Harold had something to
I wanted to read this thing that, just jumping off of what Omar said. It said a Broadway actor and Society Theater co-founder Tim Nicolai, who says was some of the first speaking out about Jonathan Majors on social media. He said that everyone at Yale and NYU knows that this actor is a psychopath and abuser.
Yes, psychopath.
It says it's a shame that it took this long for him to be reported. I'm already seeing a bunch of why didn't you do anything, folks. People have tried. Ultimately needed a victim to come forward. It's both simultaneously awful to know that he's still doing this and also a relief that he may never get to do this again.
wow.
And that's the scary part.
So I mean, I'm sorry, Alex. Are you next? Is Alex next?
Yeah, that's how circles work.
Sorry.
Yep.
Well, we jumped this way and this way. Go ahead, Alex. If you got a thought.
I mean, I think for me, like, it's, if I'm being honest with you, mine's gonna be short because I really have been in this guy's corner for a long time. Like, I really,
Even boxing, bro.
I loved I love Lovecraft, Creed, everything he's done. Like, I've been a super supporter of him, and I could see him being a very awkward person. So I don't know if maybe that's a possibility of why he's maybe rubbed the wrong way from certain people. But again, I'm not going to go out and say like I'm completely against him until there's more facts. That's all I'm going to say. But for me, like, to hear stuff like this that's coming out, it really is very fucking disheartening. And it's really sad because, like, this guy, I think, is an amazing actor. I think he's an amazing person. So if you really are that person, like, that's really fucking crazy to think that you're that great of an actor to hide, the real person that you really are, I guess, So I really don't want to go against anything until I have more facts.
Yeah.
But I really, that's really fucking crazy to hear what Harold just said. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
It's like, don't meet your heroes. It's like seriously, every day. Like, who's next? I'm dreading the day Keanu Reeves. I'm like,
Oh no! If that happens, bro, the world is over.
I'll stop watching movies.
It's like Keanu Reeves kicks dog.
What?
Come on!
Showdown to the apocalypse.
Kicks the dog.
I'll kick dog. Kick him in the balls. Yeah. It's gonna be Ralph Macchio next, bro. Don't worry about it.
Bro, stop it, bro. No, I can't handle that, dude. I can't handle that. Stop.
You're the best around, bro.
Yeah.
Jay, what
there
do
is. Nothing will ever say.
Nothing will ever take you down.
I have a different take on this.
Of course you do.
And it's not like
As you should.
No. Listen, my whole thing is, I'm with Alex. Like, when I saw this guy in these past few movies, I'm like, dude.
Yeah, so you want him with you?
I don't know. I'm waiting.
You wait till the drop.
Wait till the story and I'll figure that out.
I'm gonna let him live with it.
I'm gonna let him finish. Let him deal with it.
Let him finish.
Let him finish.
Let him deal with it.
Let him
Listen.
cook. Let him cook.
So I'm with Alex on this, where I am a super supporter of this guy in the fact that I thought he's done amazing in his last few movies, like amazing, and I couldn't wait to see what he's gonna do in the future. But on the other side of it, I'm like, dude, when you hear about these domestic violence issues and stuff like that, I think, like, for example, you hear of like household names. Like, for example, you guys all know who Dana White is, right?
We were talking about it just now.
The owner of WWE.
The owner of WWE.
Well, now WWE, but UFC president.
Yeah.
No, he's not owner. He's
not the
president.
owner, he's president.
Yeah. President of WWE.
Yeah,
And with what happened a few months ago,
He's his wife on video.
He's
and it was
fucking
on
crazy.
freaking video.
Live video beating his wife in the middle of a fucking elevator.
Video. I get it.
That sucks, bro.
Okay, he slapped the hell out of her.
Yeah, he really
Okay, now she slapped first. Get it. Should
Oh,
a man
open season.
Should a man hit a woman?
No.
I don't agree with that. No.
Correct.
So he hit her, and it's right there on camera.
Unless she had a gun.
I'm
I'm gonna smack the shit out of somebody. with a
Or
gun. I
Not
don't
that
know.
much.
Now,
I mean, if you give her like a slight
weapon?
bow on the butt,
Slight-
it's different.
Oh, that's-
slight bow bow.
That's you gonna get it
That's
later.
kinky,
But
bro.
it's
That's you gonna get
Now
it
you're
later.
talking kinky stuff.
But a straight like slap to the face, knocking her
No,
out.
no,
No, that ain't
no.
kinky,
I saw
bro.
the video. I saw the video multiple
Yeah,
times,
kinky.
and he actually went at her.
Yeah, he
You know,
fucking
went at
beat
her.
the shit.
damn.
out.
Okay, but now here's the question:
Mm.
do you guys even remember that? Like, do you guys even like think twice about it anymore?
But why?
Dana White.
I
Okay.
mean,
You do.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Yeah, I do. When I think about how WWE just announced that they fucking bought or
Okay,
they were
we got
sold
the-
to
Yeah,
UFC
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to
Breaking news, motherfuckers.
Oh, no one cares.
That's it.
Jay, what do you got? Tell me, like,
That's
no,
breaking
for real.
news,
Like,
man.
I'm not being aggressive or anything like that.
I
but,
know you're not.
Why is that?
I know where you're going
You
with
know
it, but
what I
I'm not going that route. I'm just going. What I'm
Okay.
saying is,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that
Uh-huh.
it was a domestic violence issue caught on camera
Correct.
with a guy who is not an actor. Okay, who's not. I mean, I don't
He's
even
a
know how to.
billionaire.
Huh?
He's a billionaire
Oh, no,
owner.
I don't know about Bill. He's a
Yeah, but
millionaire.
not
He's a
millionaire.
he's a
He's not in the
millionaire.
limelight as much as
He's not in the limelight. He's not in the
So he's not in the
spotlight.
spotlight. Yeah, he's behind the scenes.
He's behind the
type
scenes.
deal, yeah.
He's behind the scenes.
So
now
what do you think
got-
what do you think the difference is between like that and like a Vince McMahon? You know, because Vince McMahon got caught up with the sexual stuff. So is it because Vince is more in the limelight than
He's
Dana?
been in the limelight,
or-
right?
I mean, yeah, he's been on
he's been
camera.
front,
so, yeah.
front and
Yeah, but Dana White, I see.
Dana White has because he's more on the post interview side of it,
Sure.
or even pre event side.
Post match, like, hey,
Yeah,
here's your
exactly.
belt. Take it.
Exactly,
That's it.
but
That's all you see of him.
he's never in the
Not
like
doing cutting promos or not like
yeah
that.
he's never like
In
in
the
the
show.
drama in the
Well,
show.
it's also because UFC is not like scripted shit. It's
And it's
not
not
like
scripted.
it's not planned out. Like where
Yep.
Vince is like, oh yeah, he definitely picked.
It
this
was
guy
just
to
another
win this
aspect
shit, you know? He
that
was
I
like,
wanted
yeah.
to kind of throw out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I'm
What do you
not
think
like,
should have happened to Dana White?
Yeah. Do you support him?
So here's the thing, like
That is
the
a good
wife,
question,
the
actually,
wife
yeah.
actually came out and said this was not like in a report. She said like we had a disagreement. You know,
Like, it's not a normal
It was
thing?
not a normal occurrence.
So she
He's a really
recanted
good. Yeah,
statement
God
kind of,
only
yeah.
knows. This on this instance where this do I think that there's some kind of money play here with
Some hush
with
money?
Majors?
Well, I mean,
I kind of want to say yes,
But let me ask
but
you:
at
Do
the
you
same
think,
time,
Jay?
until
Do you think that there's hush money with Dana White? Because honestly,
there possibly could
I
be,
think
because
both
remember
ways, yeah.
she's married to
Yeah.
a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
she's not going to want to
Not-
lose that.
I mean, she
That's
this
her
guy
meal
is
ticket,
mega
bro.
rich.
Yeah, it's a meal ticket right
because
there.
No,
my
yeah.
my
Does she
problem
wanna-
my
yeah.
problem with a lot of these things that are happening is like it's like there's situations where like and it's gonna fucking piss a lot of people off that are listening to this, and that's fine.
Here we go.
There's a lot of white people in general.
I
Hold
know- I
on,
knew
hold
he was
on,
gonna go that
hold
way.
on,
I mean,
hold on, because there's a lot of white people that are like,
Tonight,
hey, you know, I was watching like Dave Chappelle the other day, like his show, and it's like
Why?
when they're gonna arrest like a black man,
Oh, yeah.
but they treat him like a white man. They're like,
Oh,
hey,
it's a
we're
Chappelle show,
thinking
yeah.
about
picking
arresting
you up at
this
like 2
day
p.m. or
at 2 p.m. Is that okay?
Yeah, but don't
and then,
compare.
hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let me
Whoa,
cook.
whoa,
Let
don't
me
be
cook.
a-
I'll let him
Let me
finish.
cook. Let
No,
me
no,
cook.
no, no. Let him
Yeah,
finish.
I'll
Go,
be
go.
out.
Then deal with it.
So he's like, well, I'm going to arrest you at this point. Is that okay? And there's like situations like this literally happening where people are like, we're thinking about arresting this person for fucking doing something that they, you know, obviously is probably not a good thing to do in life, and we're going to arrest them for it. But they're, you know, we're taking weeks at a time to decide to move forward and like actually arrest them. Do you
Uh-huh.
think that that's okay? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
It just, I mean,
Wait, what was
there's a
Especially
lot
with
of
Dana
money.
White.
I think there's a lot of money play there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
money
think on
play
both.
there.
I think on both sides.
on
It
both
could be.
sides.
It could
There's a
be.
lot of money play.
It could be. Yeah.
I'm not, you know, neglecting the
I
others.
I like
think it's
I
two
want
ways, yeah.
personally me. I mean, you guys might think of this as, I mean, just me being naive.
I want to hear what you gotta say.
but I want to leave the race card like on the back burner. Like I want to leave that as like a last resort.
No, I think when you're talking about in the case of Dana White and his wife, who his wife is a white person, Dana White is a white person,
I
right?
know, and that's where he was gonna go with this. But
No,
I don't
I
want
wasn't gonna- I
No,
wasn't
we're
gonna-
not
You weren't
going.
gonna go with that?
We're not going that route. I'm just saying
You did.
you're going that route because you're saying we're not talking about race. We're just talking about how she is literally saying, "Well, it's okay, you know. It was just a crazy occurrence."
But I think
You
that's
know.
what Jay is saying, that it could be a money thing where if
Yeah,
I'm
definitely money
married
thing.
to a
Oh,
multi-million
100%.
person
It's a definite money thing.
and she's not doing anything else of that, it's different from like a Vince and a Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon by herself is worth money, and she does not need a Vince McMahon. I don't know what Dana White's wife's situation is like. Who knows? She may not even be a gold digger, whatever the case might be. But there could be
No,
money at play. I don't know her. You don't know
But
her.
look at the
Nobody knows her.
situation where they were at too, man.
Look at a picture
I don't
of
care
her.
what anybody says, bro. You're in a club.
Like,
You're
what about
drunk.
the Beyonce and the elevator thing, or what's her name?
no,
Solange.
Yeah, Solange.
I mean,
Solange.
Solange did not make nearly as much money as Beyonce or Jay-Z did. So listen, we're not gonna go that route. 'cause
There's a lot of
clearly
factors at play
she
here.
was trying to make money off of that.
Yeah,
fucking
unless there's video, like in Dana White's case,
He-
there
he
was
fucked
video.
up. He
They
fucked
showed
up,
him
yeah.
going.
Yeah, he fucked up.
"Ah!"
Yeah.
And
like he literally fucked up. Yeah.
Fucked
in the Majors
I gotta see
case,
that.
I mean, was there
Look it up.
anything that came out like that?
But that's my point.
I think that's like
is
court stuff, but they haven't put it out
They
in the
haven't put it
public. Yeah.
I
correct.
want to see that. That's my point. Is for me, like I need to see the depth of like.
Me too. Like I,
I
would
really
have to
want to
yeah, yeah,
see everything go as deep as it can go before I make a
Pause.
judgment.
But here's the thing.
because it's
Uh-huh.
no, because it's pause, yeah, because it's like a Johnny Depp situation. Like I'm dead serious. Like I was watching the case and following that shit and going like, "Whoa, this is."
But this is a
crazy."
lot of cut
because
and dry. This is cut
There
and
was
dry.
parts of Johnny Depp that I agree he was a fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say
No,
he was not guilty of what certain things that he did.
I was saying
but-
different nasty shit.
Amber Heard was
Was crazy too.
probably just as crazy, if not crazier,
Both
than
of
he
them.
fucking
Sure,
was.
sure, sure.
Lodo?
So for me, like
Lodo.
that's
Seen
where
that.
like this Jonathan Major shit.
Yeah.
Like I really want it. I would rather it go as deep as it has to go to clear his name if it has to, or if not, just make him as guilty as you need to be and move past it. I
But
just don't want
just
it
the
to be
sheer-
a situation of like we're gonna cancel him just to cancel.
Just
Like,
the
that's
sheer
my point,
fact.
Is like I
Just-
want facts.
I get it. The facts are the facts. Whatever. Like everything that came
Like
out
Jay
about
wants.
Respect the facts, Jay.
I want the facts.
Facts.
But just the fact that she recanted. I mean, there's a red flag.
That's what I'm trying to
There's
say.
a huge red flag.
That's-
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
Hold on.
for me
That's not
is
what
I'm trying to say.
happened.
Espérate.
Yeah.
Lodo.
Lodo.
I think you both are on the same side of the argument, and then you're arguing against each other, even though you're on the same side.
No,
What?
we're not arguing. We're
not arguing. We're
No, you're being
agreeing.
very aggressive and
I
yelling.
think both
at
should
my
make
ears.
love.
You're both yelling.
Hold on,
earmuffs.
I want more. I want more knowledge of the situation because I felt like
He beat
she
the shit out of that girl.
just recanted
The,
that
the
shit.
recanting
really
right there makes me feel like there's really something.
Why you hate me so hard, Charlie, my man?
Yeah.
Five fingers to the face.
Yeah.
I want full facts.
I want full facts. Okay.
Harold.
Harold, can we get a?
Did you already
do you have?
comment on this?
No,
or-
you guys. Oh yeah, he.
I kind of. Yeah.
You read the little quote.
Yeah.
From
Ay, coño.
the Majors thing, right?
We're gonna
Yeah.
give him the final word. Let's give Harold the final
Harold,
word.
yeah, we never give a final word to Harold, man. We want you to end this podcast.
Harold.
bro.
Harold just. I remember
End this
Harold
episode.
getting really, really amped up when he said, I was judging everybody. So
You are
mean,
judging.
you are
everybody.
judging.
I
Everybody.
judge you.
Yeah.
I judge you.
Anyways, let's not go back to that.
let's not repeat that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Jay,
roll the clip.
shut up.
Hey, guess what, Harold? I loved you. I loved you. Mira. Mira, it's pumping.
Pause.
Pesos.
Something about pumping. I don't know.
No,
Pump this.
pump. The
You like the
hardest
pump?
pumping.
Pup.
Pump this.
The hardest pumping.
I bet it's pumping. Harold, do you have a final word?
Final words.
for us here.
Just
Just based on like all the topics that we talked about, and the cancel culture stuff, and
Go this way.
things of that nature.
do I have final words on
yeah,
that?
anything, like everything.
No, they were interesting. I enjoyed the topics this time. It's completely different
we're not
than movies, so I enjoyed this. We got a little
Agreed.
heated. There was some controversy.
There was some sweaty
Freaking-
palms.
I almost DDT'd Harold, but it's okay.
He's weak.
Bro, you almost got
In your dreams?
You almost got 3D through this
Balls
pool
are
table
sweaty.
by me and Harold. Both of us. We were about to double team the
Freaking
Legion of Doom on your ass,
freaking
bro.
rockers right here.
The rockers, bro. Marty,
I wanna-
Omar, are you in on that, bro?
What do you mean?
Because I got two people that are gonna try and like mess with me.
oh, this guy said
I haven't heard anything about him.
he said he was
Where you
gonna
at?
DDT Harold.
through the table.
He said he was gonna DDT Harold, and I was like, "Well, you got a Legion of Doom situation right now. 'Cause we're about to fucking put you through this table."
Yes.
Then he called us the Rockers.
Hey.
So I don't know what that makes us now. Like all three of us.
Omar, you remember that wrestling video
I
when
think
you
we're
guys
the
couldn't pin me?
NWO.
The NWO. We're about to freaking.
I think we're just gonna fucking
I mean,
four-way
remember
tag
that?
team.
they're
your ass.
GP, bro.
GB, bro.
It's
GB.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of us
GP.
against you.
Well, I'm waiting for Omar.
GP.
GP?
GP.
Okay.
I want to say one final thing to Harold. Congratulations again
Yes,
in person. We love
Bobby.
you. We love you, bro. We're so
You-
excited
you
for
have
you.
joined.
and yes.
You have joined the
Thank you,
Legion
thank
of
you.
Doom.
Welcome to the house of
Hey!
Uno más.
I do want to say one more thing to Harold as well. Happy Indictment Day.
Happy Indoctrination Day, baby.
Happy Indictment Day.
indictment.
Indictment day.
No. Hey. We are the nation
1 year later.
of indoctrination.
Hey,
Go.
Jay, I have one question for you, bro.
Omar's face.
Jay, I have a question for you, bro. Like a serious question for you. Like right when we're ending this right now.
Do it, Jay.
How do you feel about Donald Trump being
I'm out of here.
indicted?